record to the cloud. Hey, you guys, welcome to the Tech Immersion Group. Your regular hosts that are always here, Scott Reed and Ike Ellis, are here. But we have a special guest lecturer, speaker, and leader, and his name is Will Getz. Will and Scott and I have known each other over 10 years. It might be longer than that. And we've worked together with Will at several different companies. Will has, within the last couple of years, changed from being strictly a software developer to be more security focused. And he's graciously agreed to help Scott and I lead this track this time. Dustin, who worked with us on Python last time, he's going to join us later in the track. Not this time, yeah, but in the future. So just so you know, this used to be a technical book club, but then people stopped reading books. So we are just like a group learning club, I guess, where we watch videos and go through an agenda and then talk about it once a month. So I'm going to post, it's in the next meeting invite already. This is the homework that you're going to be expected to cover by the next class. So that's what we're going to be talking about in the next class.
Yeah, normally we would have done this first meeting, having expected to already do, this work or whatever. But, well, the content was a little in flux, let's put it that way. We were unsure ourselves what we wanted to do. I was investigating, actually, let me see if I can share my screen. Yay. So I was investigating, there we go. The ethical hacking fundamentals course on Pluralsight and seeing if we could work through some of the modules there. And I had done the intro course with Dale and web servers. I kind of fast forwarded some of it with Troy Hunt and one other course in here anyway. So the thing about this course and the reason why we didn't post this content for you to do today is because for one thing, if you look at the first module, that's 7 hours and 30 minutes for just one module of the, I don't know, a lot. What do we do?
Yeah.
I mean,
19 or something.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, 19 modules. It would be like a serious commitment. And both Ike and I have been working a lot more lately, and I don't think we have to do that, much less, sort of require everyone else in the world to do that.
Yeah.
Was the setup involved in doing the ethical hacking track. Specifically, it makes you basically install a server OS and then 5 or 6 VMs on top of the server via OS, and then multiple running at a time. So we were concerned that people wouldn't have the resources to be able to do that. Plus, it took me about 12 hours to go through that first track with listening and getting all that stuff set up. It's just a lot of work to get things going. So we took a step back and I talked to Will, and we are instead, actually I can go back to Pluralsight, and if I just search here for, I thought I already had it. Hack yourself first. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so instead we're going to do this one. It's just one module. It is a long module.
9 hours.
9 hours, right? But it's just one module, right? So there's only one 9-hour thing versus 19 3 to 10-hour things, right? I mean, it's a less work.
Now, are we going to do this one course
Uh,
over the 3 months, or are we going to do it just this course this time and then a different course next time?
no, we're going to do these 3 modules for next time. So introduction, transport layer protection, and cross-site scripting.
Okay.
Then cookies, internal implementation disclosure, and parameter tampering the next time. And then lastly, SQL injection, cross-site attacks, and account management. So we're going to get up into
If I feel like of the times I've been hacked, all the times I've been hacked or I have a customer who's been hacked, it's been the last 3. It's been one of the last 3. Like, I don't know anybody who's had their cookies compromised, but
Oh,
like
I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, this was back in the day where SSL was a lot more optional than it was now, but they were sending a cookie over HTTP.
Oh, big mistake.
Yeah. This was like prior to 2010, but
Yeah, still good.
definitely SQL injection was, you know, it is still, I
It
think,
is still, yeah. Almost every
OWASP.
single time I
Yeah.
put a SQL server on the internet, I just wait. It takes about 3 hours before somebody finds it and starts SQL injection, port scanning, anything they can figure out to do, they start doing.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
they're quick.
So definitely the last, I mean, I would say probably the last 3 are, some of the most important, but I think cross-site scripting is a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Will actually turned me on to OWASP Juice. So if you search for OWASP, which is the, what does that actually stand for?
It stands for the Open Web Application Security Project.
Yeah, there you go. So there was a couple of letters in there that I was uncertain about. Anyway, so they basically are a open project that promotes security in web applications, I guess is a good way to describe them. And they routinely publish the top 10 problems that they are seeing in the wild, across websites. There is a project called Juice Shop, which is you may have noticed that this Hack Yourself First course, it was 2013. I don't see where, oh yeah, there it is. So your face is recording it,
Maya.
but it's basically been published in 2013. This Juice Shop is a much more modern web application. And just like in Hack Yourself First, the goal is to hack this site. And it's
pretty neat.
project-based. And so for the first module, where we're going through introduction, transport layer protection, and cross-site scripting, there are a number of cross-site scripting attacks that are open in the Juice Shop. So
That's pretty neat.
yeah, so it'll be a little bit more project-based than we've done maybe in the past. I mean, in a while, I guess. But so here's the Juice Shop. There's a couple of other sites we need. Actually, if I just go back, I'll just open in new tabs. So here is
Did Will,
Hub
are you
repository.
or did Will point you toward Hack Yourself First too?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, we had talked about it this morning. I had looked at that one in the ethical hacking track. Troy Hunt's talks related to web security and web application security both mention that Hack Yourself First track as a prerequisite or introduction, right? So I was exposed that way. But Will mentioned that this OWASP Juice Shop was similar to the thing that Troy did in Hack Yourself First. And Troy does more of like introductory talk rather than just sort of diving in the projects you start with. So it felt like the combination of these two things was going to be good. Like a video that sort of talks about the, what we're going to be doing, and then the project itself that's we're going to try and hack. So I showed you this site, and we'll post all this stuff in the meetup. This is the project, and about the project. Here is the GitHub repository, B. Kiminich. And it talks about how to get it up and running. Basically, you can do it on your box, or you can do it on an EC2 instance, or Azure, or Google Cloud.
And while we put this thing through its paces, Azure's not going to blacklist our IP addresses.
Well, it'll be a lot harder, I imagine, to hack some of the stuff in Azure, but I would probably suggest running it locally. But this, so there's a book that goes along with it called Pwning OWASP Juice Shop, and the pwning is a hacker term for or taking control over. It's based off of a misspelling from a video game. Yeah, many years ago. But anyway, so this Pwning Shop book, it will walk you through, how to get things running, and the way they track what's been done and so forth. And the middle part, the challenge hunting, is broken up into chapters. And so for the first talk, we are going to look at this cross-site scripting part. Right. So these are the attacks that we're going to try and do. Now,
amazing.
A little bit of a problem with the website here. Normally, if I go to another one, let's go to broken authentication, there would be a difficulty rating over here in the right-hand column. But for some reason, the cross-site scripting one, and there's a couple of others that I noticed,
don't have that.
The problem because of the pre tag or whatever, and it doesn't wrap properly. So we're going to do a little hack in order to get the appropriate ratings. You can just open up your Chrome Developer Tools. You can go to Inspect Element, and then in here you can actually see what the ratings are of these guys.
So Scott, I have bad news. I'm selling my house. I got an appointment tonight that I got to go do.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're going to leave it running?
Yep, I made you the host.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So go ahead and drop off, and I will Skype you if for some reason dies.
Okay, sounds good, man. Thanks, man.
Okay, everybody still here? Looks good. All right. So the various challenges in the cross-site scripting, we're just going to do the ones that are 3 stars or less. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. We're not going to do 4. We'll do 5. We're not going to do 6. We'll do 7. And that's it. By the way, I thought this was up to 5, Will. What the hell is this one that's 6?
So that's what I was talking about earlier. So because Juice Shop is open source and Bjorn is accepting pull requests from many different, is accepting many different requests from various contributors. Some of them are difficulty 6. I think there was at one time there was one that was like a difficulty 7. Yeah, they ramp up really quick. But it's
so these are like ones that he can't even do himself.
There's a few that he's admitted on at talks that he can't do himself. But it's he's excited to see it. You know, the
Yeah.
whole purpose of this is to help train and get familiar with what these concepts are. So, because you get told, hey,
So
we need to protect against XSS. Well, here we
if
have
anyone can do this one, then they definitely need to cover it in the next talk, right? And manage to do this last hack, the video XSS.
So a lot of these challenges, so these provide some of the solutions here. But one of the purposes, one of the joys of using this tool is the discovery, right? So going in and playing around with it and trying to apply what you've learned about the different kinds of attacks to try to tease out of the application content that you may not necessarily are supposed to have.
Yep. So in the appendix down here, we have there are the challenge solutions. I would encourage everyone to try it, you know, but we're all pretty much amateurs, maybe other than Will. We
Yeah, me too.
probably need help, you know. So I wanted to point out that the solutions are there. And maybe if you're not as interested in this topic, you know, maybe it's enough to just walk through the challenge solutions, right? Just to see how it is that people get hacked online, right? But yeah, this is a really cool. I really like this. Will had pointed me to this morning, and I really like this. This is a cool. I've had a chance to look at it a little bit more since then, and it's quite nice. So let's see if I can find. I need to like move your heads. Move. There we go. Let's see if I can grab that. So I'm just going to paste it in the chat, and then I'll paste it into the meetup later on. I think I'll paste it into the chat. I can manage to. There we go. I see the chat. Where do I get the chat? Is it up here? Oh, there it is. Okay. More chat. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So that has the. It only has the. Okay. Sorry. I'm missing a few links there. I need hack yourself first. This is the table of contents, but I'll just put the whole thing in. All right, so that's the hack yourself first. And again, we're doing the first 3 modules for October: the introduction, the transport, layer protection, cross-site scripting, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, those 3. So one thing that we did need to cover before we get out of here is the meeting times. So as you know, we're approaching the end of the year. And typically for TIG, we take off November and December because it's generally the 4th week. And that is always Thanksgiving and Christmas. We had talked probably 3 years ago about maybe just moving the dates. And because we're just starting a new course, and this is my fault, I had a crazy deadline like a month ago and was up for like 2 days straight doing all the work for it. I couldn't even function on Tuesday after doing all that. So I basically had to cancel. I hadn't prepared enough anyway. So my point is, to finish this, I would like to propose moving the meeting times from the 4th week to the 2nd week. But the 2nd week on a Tuesday, there's a bunch of other stuff going on. One of those is architecture SIG. So I'm proposing the 2nd week on a Thursday. 2nd week on a Thursday. So we can either, for October, I don't really care. We can either do it the same, the 4th Tuesday, which would be the 27th, or we can switch already and just do the 15th. I'm okay either way there. For November, I definitely want to do the 12th rather than the 24th. And for December, I want to do the 10th rather than the 22nd, right? So first of all, I'd like to ask, does anyone have a conflict with the second Thursday? Does anyone know of a user group that they normally go to? Andy, what you got? Oh, unmute.
I have a conflict every Thursday, so that's just. But if I'm the only one that Thursday didn't work for, then I'll follow along in recordings and whatever, and that's not a big deal.
All right. Anyone else? Especially, I'm interested in any user groups that people go to that you know, are on the Thursday. I don't attend any that I know of. I mean, like I haven't attended in the last 6 months anyway, any that have been on a Thursday. Most of mine are on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So I felt like Thursday was a pretty good day, especially given that we're mostly stuck inside these days anyway. Okay, so I'm going to take it that we're all good on the Thursday other than Andy. Apologies, Andy. And then the second question is for October, do we want to do the second Thursday? That compresses the timeline a little bit. That'll be just 3 weeks, but I think this is the lightest of the, you know, the modules, right? This introductory one, it's like what looks like 2.5 hours of video, and then we're talking about 5 hacks. So I feel like we could get that done in 3 weeks. So what do you think? Do we vote in chat or something? Is that let's do that. So those of you who, I guess just put the date. We're voting for either the, yikes, second Thursday in October is the 8th. Ooh, that's less than 3 weeks, isn't it? We could split the difference. We could do like the 15th and then the 12th. Let's do that. Okay, so 15th of October or the 26th of October. Those are the dates that we're voting on.
Does anybody have any preference? Because I think most people probably don't care.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a poll?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We can just do it in chat. Those of you who vote for the 15th, go ahead and chat that in there. And those of you who vote for the 20, what was it? 27th, right? Yeah, 27th. Most people either 15th. I would also vote 15th. Okay. 15th, 15th, 15th. Okay. So Will and I both vote 15th, and we had a couple of other votes for the 15th as well. So let's do that. 15th of October. And so I'll change the date on Meetup. And then we'll do the 12th of November and the 10th of December. And that way we can get all 3 modules in and wrap this part up by the end of the year. With that, are there any questions? No? All right then.
Maybe do we want to
So-
start a Slack channel or anything so people can chat, or a Discord or something where if anybody has any questions, they can post stuff and people can answer?
Yeah, we normally just do that through Meetup. It's worked pretty well, and we normally allow, other participants, I guess, to help each other on Meetup. So if the discussion gets more involved where that Meetup isn't fast enough, like, in terms of the feedback cycle or whatever, then I would be open to setting up a Slack channel. That's fine. I mean, that's a free thing to do, but I don't know. I don't know how people feel. I mean, like, Meetup's been okay in the past for us. I don't check it every day, but check
Hey
it often
Scott,
enough.
are you just saying like the comments feature in Meetup?
Yeah. That's what we've used in the past. But I mean, I'm willing to do it if we can come up with a good topic name or something in Slack.
I'm okay either way. I mean, I don't tend to be too chatty.
Let's see.
Yeah, maybe we don't prematurely optimize and just deal with it as it comes up.
Yeah, I love the thinking. So, okay, well, if it does get to be an issue, if we have a lot of traffic there and the feedback cycle sucks, then we'll go ahead and create a Slack channel for it. We'll come up with a good name just in case that happens. All righty. Cool. Any other questions? If not, that's it for the intro. Happy hacking. And we'll talk to you guys on October the 15th.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott.
Take care.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
Where is the Slack channel? I cannot
So the
see.
Slack channel's not set up yet.
Well, you've shown some. Okay.
What? Oh no, that's just so the ones we have thus far. I mean, the one that I was showing before was just our internal, like
Oh,
I have
see.
a Slack channel with past TIG leaders or whatever, and we were just kind of going back and forth. We've been going back and forth for actually about 2 months now on this particular topic, trying to find a good approach to go through it. But so we
Okay.
don't have one for the group yet.
Okay, I see.
Okay. Take care, everyone.